Hey guys, this is Weedbongz. I'm back, and today I wanted to take a moment to talk about a strategy I use in the Monster Hunter games that's very good. It's very useful. It's useful across all the games, and it's super useful especially if you are having a tough time with the older games, because the older games have like worse programming, and because of that, it's more exploitable. So there's so with the AI in monsters, the way it works is that it attacks and then it turns around to get your position again, and then it does a certain attack based on where you are relative to the monster. Like if you're close, it's gonna bite. If you're far away, it's gonna fireball. A lot of times it fireballs when you stand still. So there is actually a technique you want to do called AI baiting, and the way you can do this easily is something called the tiny tap technique, or the triple T, which I coined myself. And basically, you move the left analog stick like this. See that? I'm tapping it, and I'm constantly holding it. And while it's a little bit slower, you also want to mix it in between your movements. Like if you're walking, stop, stop, stop. And this completely confuses the monster's pathfinding, because it thinks you stopped the first time you did that and not all the other times. So it's confused, and it's like, oh, he's still there, I'm going to keep attacking him. And because of that, you want to have your weapon out as much as possible. You don't want to put your weapon away for most of the time, because turning around like this, it takes a whole freaking ordeal to turn around in like with your weapon away. But if you have it out, it's instant, or very close to instant. So we're now going to put this into practice and yeet Tigrex. Let's see if I'm behind him. He's gonna spin. Yep. Let's try again. He likes to spin when you're underneath him. See, he bit because I was by the claw, and like I was far enough to where he could bite me with his face, but like close enough where he could do that, but like far enough to where he can't really charge. I mean, monsters do a lot of insta charges in their retro Monster Hunter games, but you can predict when they're gonna do it, because if you watch this, if you just stand right there with Rathlos or something, if you stand right there, it's just gonna charge at you, because you're right in front of it, so it thinks, oh, he's right there, I'm just gonna beat him. So what you can do, you also want to turn side to side a lot. So, because you're doing this so often, the trick is no longer not to get hit by the monster's direct attacks, but not to get hit by the other parts of it it's not hitting with. So like trying not to get hit with the back legs while it's hitting it with your forward legs. That also does damage. You also want to know when you have openings. You also want to know, do you have an opening to attack? And if you don't have an opening to attack, and he doesn't have an opening to attack at the same time, that's when you should be healing or sharpening. When you can't hit the monster, but it can't hit you either. Also, forward dodging is quicker to recover from than side dodging. Because side dodges are also slower. And in World, back dodging is like even slower than side dodging. So you, even though you can roll backwards, you really shouldn't be. Nice. Side spin because I can't get off a full combo. Sword and Shield is pretty crap in Freedom Unite, but I still absolutely adore it because it's so comfy to use, and because it's such a good hit and run weapon. It's like Hammer or Greatsword when it comes to that. It's just very underpowered in Freedom Unite because they took away its damage modifier it had in Freedom 1. Damn, that was dumb of me. Also, if you can't, if you're in a place where recovering is riskier than attacking, then just, if you like get hit and the monster's gonna hit you again, just don't move. Because you have invincibility frames while you're getting up. Nice. And there we go. That's how you bait monsters really easily. Now, I did this without commentary because I wanted to do it quick, and I also felt like doing it with commentary would be, I mean, doing it with live commentary is easier because I can show you real time, but doing it with pauses in between and recording and stuff is harder to convey exactly what's going on. So now that I showed you how to do this, it's, you should keep in mind, do this in every Monster Hunter game you play, and it's going to be a lot easier than you would if you were playing it normally. Because remember, Monster Hunter, like, vintage Monster Hunter in particular, is all about exploiting the game's weaknesses. This game has flaws, and you should exploit them. But either way, this has been Weedbongz, and I'm out of here.